Hello everybody. Last week you saw where I took 3 very large crab concretions from New Zealand and just got them ready for prep. That was actually last winter. Now that it's summer, I've actually got one of those done. I started on all 3 of them, but got one of them done, and in this video you'll see from start to finish almost everything I do to this crab to make it look the way it does. Had a lot of fun doing it, had a good time even making the video, and I just hope you enjoy it. Already dry fitted, has a pretty good fit. Man, I wish rocks were lighter. I should have figured out a hobby that had to do something styrofoam. Well, look at that. That's a nice fit there. Yes, it is. And that's a beautiful fit over there. So, take my rope, which I'm going to use as a clamp again. Tell you the truth, I don't know if I showed you the first one. Come on, Ronald. Sorry it's taking so bloody long. I'm just going to tie a loose square knot. Position that. Like so. I figured a screwdriver this size would have a little bit more grip, more turning power. Oh, that's pretty good. Then, oh, come on. Then, tie the screwdriver in place. And voila! Alright, here's the second flat top crab I'm working on, and I think I already said that the reason I call them flat tops is because the guy I got these from had cut the tops off to save on some shipping costs. Pretty nice so much if you ask me. Anyways, I went ahead and made some cuts. Okay, this is going to take some work, but still this is going to be a lot faster than this. And I'm hoping, I went pretty short, not very deep, so I'm hoping I didn't hit the crab. I didn't go to the edges because I don't know how the crab's sitting this way or that way or whatnot. So I just did basically the center of the rock. Shoot. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Oh, man. Look at that crab. Holy crap. Whew. I was close. Okay. I dusted that off. Had a heart attack moment there. Didn't do too much damage, if you ask me. But with all this, these super huge chunks of rock, I took off in 3 minutes. Took 2 or 3 minutes to cut. I saved an hour of time, of air scribe time, that is. So now I'm going to take this rock off and start exposing that carapace and just see how it's situated. And I might be able to make some big cuts here. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That was pretty scary. Carapace, rather sticky, don't like that, but I was almost expecting it because of this harder rock. Usually has stickier stuff on it. The good thing is it's not covered in calcite, so you don't have to prep it twice. You know, get down to the calcite through the rock and then have to do it again to take the calcite off. But you can see here you can see this calcite vein going through here. This is part of that one that I was showing you earlier in this video, how there was these lines in there, and this is probably the lines. There's a calcite vein there too, but it's sticky, so this is slow going stuff. And you can see there was a chunk of rock missing here. These guys are busting these rocks open on the beach. Seeing that fly off, it's impossible. So, you know, but still, pretty good fit. Not as good as fit over here. It's pretty good, but over here, excellent. So, at least it's a pretty good fit. So, whatever I have to go through, claws, legs, carapace, shouldn't be too bad. The way this is caving down, this is going slowly down. This is the back of the crab, this is the front of the crab, which makes sense because this is more square and this is more round back here, and it's sitting like that, which is why I didn't want to go down on these edges, because you just don't know exactly how it's sitting. Anyways, now I can see I can make a cut over here and whatnot, and we'll see what happens. But I'm going to take some more rock off here and expose some more crab carapace, then call it quits. Alright, I made a cut, got it super dusty in here. That's why you can hear that heater fan on. The heat itself isn't on, but the fan is on. But there's a cut I made. Hope I didn't destroy anything. So I'm just going to pop this off in front of your eyeballs and see what I got to fix. Hopefully nothing. Wow, look at the size of that chunk of rock. That saved me I don't know how much time. Crap load of time. Holy moly, get a load of that. Woo! Jesus, that's nice. There's 30-40 minutes of work. At least 30. Alright, so you saw it roll out. I don't think I went through anything. That's the back of the crab, so yeah, it looks pretty good. That's freaking killing me. Well, there's 2 hours of removing rock. Didn't touch the carapace. That's where it was when you last saw it. I'm calling it quits, and tomorrow's a new day. And ran into problems already. That's the nature of the crab beast. Frippin' beast. This piece popped off. So I glued it back on. There's a coxa there or something. Piece of a leg. It's not looking good. I'll put it that way. We'll see what happens. That is not right. That is the little tiny piece I glued on yesterday. I'm trying not to take video of absolutely everything. I wish you folks would tell me whether you want more of this or less of that or whatever, but I've got nothing to go by, but I feel like I'm putting too much in. But that is kind of important, so I'm going to hopefully do that in front of your eyeballs. That's pretty tedious. But it looks like Coxa and Illa Bashilla. God, I don't know. So many freaking names are crab. First joint and second joint, I think. First part of the leg, second part of the leg. So, back to work. Man, that is sticky. That's what I do, fall out a leg. Big tool, small tool, remove massive amount of rock and then clean up the leg. Well, or beat it up in this case, Jesus. So anyways, at least it's there. So, back to work. That's what happens when the split, the crack you glued together, does not have enough glue in it. Actually, zoom that baby in so you can see what the heck I'm talking about. Right there, I'm going in, and because the glue isn't holding it together, it just, a great big chip of rock comes off. Not that it's important there, but it could be more important down below. So, Jesus, it would probably help if I could squeeze some glue out of this. Didn't take a lot of glue, which is good. That's always good. Get some of the excess out of there. Then, so I can keep on working, a little accelerator and back to work. Oh, and I don't know what's going on there. Right now it looks like it's regrown a new leg, but that's just what it looks like. Probably isn't, because that's pretty rare. Alright, now back to work. So far so good. After this piece of leg here, there should be 4 parts. 1 to this joint, 2 to this joint. I'm on the 3rd one. The most important part, at least for me, is the one after this, which is the tippy, the dactyl of that leg. Whether it's going to be there or not, I don't know. I'm going to find out. There's pretty good rock all the way to the edge, but it does get a little bit softer, so whether it's dissolved away or not, I don't know. Fingers crossed. And looky, there's the 3rd part. I believe that's the tippy going that way. Actually, Jesus. I always forget that. So it looks kind of, this got to be cleaned up because the leg is actually crushed in and shaped like that. So once that's cleaned up and this edge is cleaned up and this is taken off to expose that clear to the tippy, hope it's there, that'll be a complete leg. Got one! Only 7 more to go. Okay, these legs are taking forever with so much rock to remove, but here's number 1 part. That's after these whatever smaller parts, but there's 4 main parts to the first part of the leg, which is the tippy, the dactyl, that's this, and it looks like it comes right to an end. So I got part of the dactyl, but it's broken. I got the second part, the third part, and the fourth part. So overall, it's still a pretty good leg. Just no tippy-tippy. God, those things are so bloody elusive. Alright, back to work. The worst part of the whole rock is this piece that's missing was filled with glue. This is the first part of this second leg, or the third leg, I'm not sure yet. This is the second part to here, and here's the third part. Goes right in. And some people don't believe in Murphy. I mean, come on! How is that even possible? The worst spot. Oh, brother. Okay, enough of this meltdown. Back to work. Okay, you can see that's right through that gaping Grand Canyon right there, just full of glue, so it's going to be a tough fix, kinda. But anyways, I think what I'll do is I'll get this all cleaned up and ready to go and get this ready to repair. I'll show you exactly how I do that. Alrighty then. I took this leg all the way down to that depth. This leg went down to that depth. So I took this outside and made a cut. What are the chances of the legs coming through here and coming up? Oh God. This always makes me nervous. Doesn't look too bad. I don't see any crab parts, so even though it took me a while to set up the saw out there, the little grinder saw with the diamond blade, a 4-inch diamond blade, dusty, but if I do it in here, the dust hangs in the air for an hour. We're outside, cut it, I'm done. Okay, back to work. Okay, look at that. That was just a bulbous amount of rock right there. Now it's gone, yeah. Anyways, while doing that, I found the right propotus, and really can't see that, but it looks like the left propotus. So, I'm going to start finding more leg. Hopefully, I need to find a lot more leg. Get a load of that. There's a tippy-tippy. Hopefully these are both full tippy-tippies. Partial up there, so doing better than average is a trade-off. Tippy-tippies, but no rear end, and a crab that's in piece of crap condition. But it's gonna look pretty good, I think, when I'm done. Fingers el crossoed. Okay, here she sits. Got 1, 2, 3 legs over here, 1, 2, and what I'm assuming is what's left of the first leg over here. I really don't know, but that's kind of what it looks like. It's hard to say. I'll take this down tomorrow, see if I can find some more pieces, even if something's not the way it's supposed to be. At least if there's pieces there, it's better than nothing. Anyways, I'm getting the dactyls here, the front claw dactyls, right one, left one. But I need to find another leg over here and at least one more over here, maybe in pieces of another, I don't know. The good thing about this one is that it's going to have some tippy-tippies, even a partial tippy-tippy. This is a possibility of another one, so it's a trade-off. When it's all said and done, it should look pretty good, hopefully. Number 3, got all this rock to remove, at least, oh boy, upwards of an inch. That's a lot of rock. I may take it outside and cut that, so yeah, that would save me a crap load of time. Okay. Outside. Dirty, dusty job, but somebody's got to do it. Okay, quite a bit colder outside than I anticipated. I went out there in a t-shirt and I started freezing to death. This side looks okay. I don't think I'm going to hit anything. This side I've got a question about. I know someday I'm going to cut through some crab. It's been a long time, but I've done it. No crab there. No crab there. Look at all that rock. That saved me lots of time. Okay, now I'm just going to take the big super jack from Paleo Tools and just start taking this rock down. That is a lot of rock removal. Look at that. That looks pretty good. Gotta take off a bunch here and a bunch there still. And then I'm gonna have to redo this one. Once this crab starts really taking shape and I clean up everything, most everything, I'll see exactly how the rock should be. So it all goes hand in hand. Alright, back to work. So I'm following this leg down. I clean up this one, it just comes to an end. Whether there's any more there or not, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. This right here is all just beat up. I ran into this. I don't know if that's another leg or a piece of this leg. Didn't have to go in there and find out. I following this down right through this bloody crack. And I can still see color down in there right by the crack. So I think that leg keeps going. There's one, two. That's the third section of leg. So a long ways from the tippy still. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna expose some of this and see what's going on here. Oh man, how cool is that? Got this dactyl, which looks way too long, but man, that looks cooler than you know what. And here's this dactyl. Dactyls are on the arms are the movable part of the pincer, the upper one. Man, that's looking cool. I mean, this crab's got all kinds of problems, plus I'm beating the crap out of it because it's so sticky, but man, how cool is that starting to look? That's looking like a freaking crab. Alrighty then, about time I finish up some crabs since I started 3 or 4 of them last winter. It's now summertime. We got weather well into the 90s for the next 9 days. Anyways, this thing's been sitting around for a bit. I've got to clean up all the ends of these. Got to find out, hope there's another leg there. And then I got to do the rock, shape the rock, then I got to smooth the rock, then I got to fix repairs here and whatnot. So there's a fair bit of work, but I think in about 2 prep sessions, this should be close to done. So, I got to get to work. First of all, work on all these leg tips, clean those up. Get my Optivisor on. First, I'll see if I can find a leg here. Hope it's not gone. Okay, it looks like it's going to be taking an absolute nosedive, but I'd rather it be nosediving than not. Let me rearrange this camera so I can show you what I'm talking about. Okay, close up. This dark line right there tells me that leg is well, I can't do it. It's taking a nosedive. Which way it's going, I don't know. I'm guessing it's going that way. But I gotta dig some rock out of here the way and find out and see how much digging to China I have to do. So I was totally wrong on this. It's not taking a nosedive, it's taking a heck of a bend. So the leg is going, the next joint is going that way. Partially underneath here so far. See what happens. That's the second part of the leg. There's two more parts. So we'll just see what happens. Hopefully it's not going underneath the crab. You can see this piece here, which is the part number 2. Here's part number 3. So far so good. The real question is where is the last, where's the tippy tippy? Hopefully it's there. Gotta love them tippy tippies. Not sure what's going on there. Once I uncover it, I'll know exactly what's going on, but right now it's hard to tell, but it looks like something might be messed up. At least it's there though, that's the important thing. Well, I don't appear to have a tippy tippy for this leg. There's one first part of the leg, second part of the leg, third part of the leg. I don't see a fourth. I dug pretty deep there. I might try a little bit deeper. But right now I'm going to trench this area here and see if this has got any other leg in there. So wish me the best of luck. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a little piece of leg right there. Little teeny tiny piece of color. There it is. So it may be broken there, but it's just broke. Didn't go too far, so that's good news. So back to work. Had to work past this glue joint here, but it's coming along. Slow but sure. Crab's going to have a lot of problems, but it's still going to be a darn cool crab. And there I am, just beginning to shape rock in between legs and claws and stuff. I'll do that all the way around the crab. Then I gotta take the bigger machine here and then do the entire rock. So lots to do. Bunch of cleanup, some rock shaping with this tool. And I can see this stuff is just bothering the you know what out of me, so it's back and forth. There, that looks better. Probably not enough right here, but or here. Well, it's better. As long as it's better. Dang right. You know it for sure. Right on. From here to there, and I might have to use some parts a little bit again, but hey, that's the way it goes. I want this to look, I don't know, I want it to look like it fits the crab. So, back to work. I took off a bunch of rock here. I think I did this already, but there's the line so far for the front. I have to take down, well, I'm just going to do this, look at it again. Whether I have to do it again or not in certain areas or not, I do not know. I'll find out once I get this done and take a close look at it and go from there. Slow removing rock, that's for dang sure. Man, that's starting to fit the crab. Look at all that freaking leg. Holy crap-a-moly. That's starting to, ugh. It's a piece of crab for me. But I still like it. Okay, I didn't like that, so there's my next cut line. It's basically almost the whole front of the rock, so I got a bit of work, 20-25 minutes. But that just tells me that it's time to get back to work. Oh, I get tired of removing rock, I tell you. These big crab balls, they're pretty nice. Not a lot of people have these. But you can see how that's starting to fit the crab. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I mean, obviously got a long ways to go, but still. I took off almost an inch of rock in certain places on the outside here. Lots of rock removal. I mean, it's everywhere. But all part of the game. Okay, back to work. Okay, for anybody who has a weak heart, do not watch this next part. I thought I'd take this diamond grinder thing and just try to smooth that out to save me hours of work with the Dremel. Or I should say Fordham. So I'm going to stand up for this. Stand aside. Oh no, I hit the crab. Oh crap. Well, I can fix it, but I shouldn't have to. But man, look at that. In a matter of a minute or two, it just saved me 2 hours of work, not 3 or 4. So, there goes again. Careful of the dust. Alright, I'm leaving my mask on. I'm done for the day. It's not much, not a very big mistake, but it is a big mistake. Anyways, whew, got a little dusty. I'm going to take mostly this machine, this air scribe, and just clean up all around the crab. That's what I'm going to do today. So, you can see how it's just got lots of cleanup. Just everywhere. Just everywhere. And I got to take some of this down, all kinds of stuff. So I got down along that edge. I'm not sure if I'll go a little bit more down on this edge here, because the more you can 3D these things, the better they look. At least I think so. And then I got to take off a bunch more rock here. Not a bunch, but a little bit, because you can see how it dives down there, and it's just too much rock here. I want the rock to go up to the crab, basically. Legs, everything. Not down. That took most of the morning, but that's pretty much shaped the way I want it. The next step is to go back and forth between probably this tool and all my barrel sanders and little miniature disc grinders that go onto my Fordham. Same thing as the Dremel, just more industrial. So, but that's not today. I'm already too tired. But that's ready for some rock smoothing. Yeah. Looking good. Look at all that leg. Look at tons of leg. Smooth. I'm using the bigger hand piece from Fordham and aluminum oxide grinding stone. As you can tell, I've used it before. It's got some crap on it, but hopefully it'll come off as I clean this. And this is a lot of real estate, because that's a... Here, I'll show you the difference if I can find one. I don't think I can find one. Here's a small tomato carcinus concretion. You can see the difference in size. Holy crap. Anyways, got my foot on the gas pedal. Where's the gas pedal? Ooh, there it is. And it's going to be a few hours of that, so I'm not going to bore you. I'll just show you little pieces of it here and there. From there to there, look at the difference. This is going 10 times faster than I thought it would, because it's just getting rid of these smaller scuff marks from the diamonds in that diamond grinder. A little tough around these areas. But once I get the brunt of this down, then I got all this fine detailed stuff to do. And that's just back and forth, but I'll show you. Alright, back to work. Oh man, that's tough. That took 3 times as long as this side. All because of some deep stuff over here. Oh man, my shoulder's killing me. What do? Get back to work, you lazy slob! Man, oh man. Oh, Jesus. Let me dust this off for you. Take a little look-see. But making some good progress. Get a load of that. That's looking like a beauty. Boy, I'm liking that. Liking that a lot. Alright. Getting closer. Got that to do. A little bit here and all this deep stuff. That's time consuming right there. Oh man, there was some deep stuff there. But that is the gist of it. Man, get a load of that. Jeez, that's looking nice. Dang. Today is the day I do all the fine detail work and get rid of all these tool marks with the finer tool marks so that it doesn't look like it has any tool marks. What I have here is, this is one of my favorite tools right here with this bit. Oh, let me get some light on the subject. Is right here. Now, I've got all these bits. These are some new ones I bought. These are really old ones. I've had these for, God, 20 years, 25 years. What am I talking about? You can see how they're all shaped different. Most of these have a 1/8 inch shank, which is what I commonly like. These ones here have a smaller shank, so when I have to go to smaller stuff, I've got these chucks, which you can replace the chuck in here with any one of those, and these are all different sizes. You can see that's that hole there compared to, oh, jeepers, for God's sake. Sorry about that. It's just the way it is. You can see the different size chucks where that one's really small, that one's much bigger, or not, a little bit bigger, and that one's bigger yet. So all they are is just to fit the bit that you're trying to use. So this machine here that's called a handpiece can do some work. Anyways, let me zoom in here for you. You can see all these tool marks. They're everywhere, and this is going to get rid of, here, I'll just do one of your eyeballs here. Don't hit the crab. That's not done, but you can see how it's going to get rid of, you keep grinding until all those scribe marks are done, and then when I'm done with the whole crab, I'll take this small bit, which matches this texture, and get everywhere I could possibly reach, and that kind of hides everything, helps to hide everything. Anyways, let me get to work and I'll show you this area here in just a little bit. And then, that's not perfect, but it's just about there. But that's what I'll do around this entire crab. And these little small tiny areas, I use this little thing with a little shaped ball on it that has grit on it. And that's how I very gently, very softly get this stuff. And then I use a pointed tool to get even closer to the crab material, the crab shell. So I've got my morning cut out for me today. This is going to take quite a while. So I will return. Just don't hit the crab. See how that's looking? That's looking pretty good. I've got to change this out into a smaller one so I can get even closer and whatnot. And then I got to clean up. You see how this creates, this and this creates different tool marks than the the grinder. So when I take the grinder and smooth all that out, that helps that to even disappear even more. It's just a process, back and forth until, well, until you're happy, I guess. Sometimes I'm never happy, but sometimes you just got to call it quits. Plus, when you're wearing the Optivisors, these are just the 5s. It brings you right up, brings the false right up to your face, so you can see all the imperfections. Whoop, Jesus, Ronald. Crying out loud. Anyways, I'll be back. Okay, I'll even show you. These are all the different bits I used. And it's still not perfect, but I'm going to clean up the rock with the grinder to make everything as much as the same as possible. Then take it inside for a quick shower, and then not for me, for the crab. Clean it all up nice and neat, let it dry, and then attack it again in certain areas. But first, so that blends right in now, and when it's washed it'll blend in even more. Right. It's almost like I've done this before. Not bad for my second time, eh? Sorry, couldn't help that one. Look at that, just blending right in. Oh, I love it. Just love it. Alright, I'm gonna put my Optivisor on, go to town on this baby. I'm gonna go in, give it a bath, and then I'll bring it out here and show you. Okay, under the sink with the toothbrush and a little art brush to get into all little tiny crevice areas, and that baby has been cleaned. And now once it's, whoop, excuse me. Once it's dry, I'll show you the 5 or 6 repair spots I've got and how I do that. Alright, all washed, all dry, and you can see this right here. There's a kind of a bad spot. I'm not sure if that's just barely some of the shell, but some of the rocks. There's also some glue there I'm going to have to dig out, and I will simply dig that out with the air scribe. And if you follow this crack around here, you can't see this one with a little tiny crack here in the shell. It's got to be repaired. This crack's got to be repaired. I mean, not this crack, this missing spot in the crack. A little tiny spot there, a little tiny spot there, a little bit of missing rock here, and maybe a spot there. So, well, and this back here, which somebody ground off a leg. Geez, if I could just get my hands on that guy would be in big trouble. Anyways, I put this drill bit into my handpiece, Fordham handpiece, just the same thing as a Dremel, just industrial. So what I'm going to do is, I'll even zoom this in so you can kind of see what the heck I'm doing. Putting putty there doesn't have much to hold on to. So if I take this, drill a little small hole there, not much, I'll go a little deeper, why not? Now it's got a little more something, so when I put some putty in there, it's got a little something more to hold on to. Hopefully it'll stay. Find out in time. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some putty, fill up this little spot, this little spot, that little spot, that little spot, and a little bit here for this leg. And then I got to dig that out and fill in that little crack there and that little spot there with some homemade rock. First spot I checked out real close, I realized I didn't, there was still some caked in dust in there, so now there's not. Problem is now it's wet, so a little speed dry. And while I'm at it, the spot over here, might as well dig that glue out. Don't have to do it later. Gotta work at it a little bit, but it will come out if you work at it. So, okay, I don't know if the last recording actually took. I think I forgot to press record. Anyways, this one is too dark, so I'm taking some of that off. And then I got 4 other colors over here mixed up. Put a little tiny bit of dark in there. That's better. And then press real hard right there. That's not going to be dark enough. I really don't have a color for that leg, do I? A little bit of water. Shape that. Water will not hurt this. I may have to add a little acrylic to that. Okay, that can be shaped later. And then shape this one a little bit. A little bit of water. And then when that's dry, I'll put a little fake rock in there, and a little fake rock in there, and a little fake rock in there, and I'll show you that in a minute. Some just for this. So it's in a paper sheet, so I give it the old shakeroo, like so. Then this won't be perfect, but it's better than having a hole in the rock. And it's a bit of work. So get it kind of where you want it, like that. Over here, there's this little tiny crack in the rock. So move this back and forth so it fills that crack. And then I'm going to take some super fast thin Starbond. It's super glue is all it is. Don't get it on your fingers, which I've done many times. Well, if I was thinking, I could have tilted that in a different direction. Jeez. So all that glue can be cleaned up, but that glue will be cleaned up very easily. And I'll show you that actually tomorrow. So this got to sit And I can carve out this, I can carve out this, I can clean up the glue, I can sauce up the crab and make it pop and look alive. It's going to look really nice. I already got a spot for this. Today, this thing will be finished up. I've got this rock repair to clean up and this leg repair to make it look better. I got to clean up this glue, fix up that rock repair, and I think I'll start with this leg repair right here, which is basically what I'm going to do is, heck, I'll just show you right here. I'm going to carve that. Whoops, sorry about that. We're going to shape this. Like so. Then I need some sandpaper. I'll be back. Took some sanding paper, pretty coarse stuff actually. Fold it in thirds so it holds onto itself, and a little bit of sanding. I'm basically just taking these little tiny grains of whatever that makes up this sandpaper and using those few little grains just to shape that the way I want it. There. I don't want to make it perfect because that's beat up, so I'm going to have that a little bit beat up. And that's not looking too bad. So besides some color, that's ready to go. Now for the glue and stuff. So that spot looking pretty good actually, but I still got to treat those tool marks from this with some finer stuff so it matches the rock again. So it's a little bit of work. And then over here onto this side, I'm literally using the side of this bit. First step done. Back to the small tools with the Fordham handpiece and a grinding bit in there that's the shape of a ball. Getting better. Now I'm going to go over there and do that side. Now I got to get something to reach a little bit closer in there. Now I got to get rid of these tool marks. I'm going to try washing that, see what happens. A little bit of drying. And some speed drying. Doesn't look too bad. Let's try washing this stuff. Actually, I didn't move the camera, so I don't know if you can see that or not. But I'm just doing the same bloody thing. Not sure why that's so white. A little more speed drying. Doesn't look too bad. Now to get my acrylics to fix these two little areas right here. I don't know if you can see the bottom one. Right there where that finger's at. Okay, I'll work on this leg first. I think all I'm going to need is some burnt umber on my little plastic paint palette. Whatever you call it. A little bit of water. A little teeny tiny art brush and a sharpened chainsaw file. I'll show you what that's for here in a little bit. And I'm simply going to take the water, mix some might have to darken that up a bit. I don't know if you can see this over here or not, but I'm doing the same thing with this spot over here. I'm going to get some Latin black to add to that. Okay, got my little teeny tiny bit of lamp black, not much, just small areas to begin with. They don't take much. See if that's going to work. And some over here. Just gonna keep adding stuff. Still I'm happy with it, or at least happier. That's not too bad. So clean out my paintbrush, art brush, whatever you want to call it. Get that out of the way, otherwise it gets everywhere. And as soon as that's dry, I'll show you what this baby is for. Okay, I didn't even give that 10 minutes, but it's pretty warm in the garage in here. It's probably getting closer to 85 degrees. But you take the point of this and simply beat it up. Like so.
Voila!
Voila. I did take a little bit more acrylic, very lightly, a little bit darker, and add some to this edge, right in the middle, and on this edge. I didn't touch the other side over here. But now I'm going to get ready to sauce this baby up, which is just going to be this Glyptol mixed with acetone. With my little, I squirt this in there, and then I pour it back in when I'm done using it so I don't waste any. And I'm going to use at least this little tiny brush for little tiny areas, tips of pincers and stuff like that, tips of the dactyls, the tippies as I like to call them, and then a bigger brush for other stuff. When I'm done, I squeeze, I'll take a rag, a tissue, and I'll just dab the tissue on there to get whatever glue's off, because if you leave the glue in the brush, it'll be harder to dissolve next time, take you longer. Okay, got my Glyptol ready. I had to mix a little more acetone with it. This wasn't watery enough for me. So all I'm going to do is put my brush in there, which has been dried from the last time I used glue. I got glue brushes and I've got acrylic brushes. The glue brushes I never use for acrylics, the acrylics I've never used for glue. And when that's softened up, which it hasn't softened up yet, there we go. Get all the excess glue off of there. If you can paint by numbers, which anybody can, you can do this. It's pretty simple. But it makes the crab looks like it's wet, but it stays there. You can wet it with water, but the water will dry. Where this, once it's dry, will still look like water. Makes it look like it just came out of the ocean. Yeah. And I'll show you in a little bit. There, folks, is a finished crab. It's not perfect, but that's not too bad, eh? A heck of a lot of rock. That's what I love. I would grade this easily as a B grade crab because, one, you only got part of the face, you only have a couple pieces of rear end, and you have some missing pieces of leg. A grade would have to have all of that stuff. and then be in good preservation, a good state of preservation. But that's going into the house. So what do you say? Another rock out of the garage into the house. Yeah. Ta-da!